there, as I currently am, arguing for people to invest in Bradford, to locate in Bradford. I'll not be able to do that if the schools are turning out children whose results are almost at the bottom of the National League. I mean, if I say to somebody, why don't you open a business, an office, a factory, a plant of some kind? Why don't you redirect, say, a government department or a department of one of the parastatal institutions, quangos as they're known? Why don't you direct them to Bradford? Well, one of the questions they're going to either ask me or at least consult the books about is how well educated are the children there? How many qualified workers are we going to be able to recruit there? Now, the schools have so badly failed in Bradford that it's a ticking time bomb for us. We are already the youngest city in England, and by 2020 we'll be the youngest city in all of Europe. I don't know if everybody knows that by 2020, 50% of the people of Bradford will be under 25. Now, actually, this is something to thank God for. This is heaven sent. We should be saying hallelujah about this. Because if you're a businessman, what a market. Half the population under 25. Think of all the things you could sell to that market. All the goods and services you could sell to that market. But only if the young people have got money. If all they've got is 99 pence for a chicken and chips with a drink thrown in, then where's the market? Where's the market in that? And if the kids, you know, I was on Question Time the other week, and you know, they were all clucking about truancy. Who was going to find the truant's mother most? Who was going to lash the truant hardest? I tried to make the point, one of the reasons that many children are not going to school is because they have correctly identified that after school there's only unemployment for them. There's only ducking and diving on the street for them. So they might as well start ducking and diving at 14 and learn a bit of the ropes so that they're ahead of the kids that will be ducking and diving when they're 16. That's one, really that is one of the, all the children are with us, I think you know that. I've got children of 7 and 8 calling my name after me in the street. All these children are with us, and I spend a lot of time talking to them. And I know that that's what's in their mind. Now, if we don't do something urgently about Bradford schools, this is going to feed into this time bomb by 2020. We're going to have half the people unemployed and educated almost at the very bottom of the National League. So the lady asked what we would do. The first thing we need to do is identify how this happened. And I'm waiting for an interview with the Director of Education for now in Bradford to explain to me how we got here. And if you want to know what that meeting will be like, think of the US Senate plus brought to Bradford, because that's what it will be like. I want to know how he got a salary of more than £100,000 a year to produce this level of failure. And then I'll be asking for his resignation if he doesn't have a proper explanation for it. It's a she.
Not me.
Is she in the room? I want to know the answer to that, and she better have a good one. Now, in terms of business, the first controversial point I'm going to make to you, not everyone accepts this, they definitely don't accept it in the City Hall, for now. We cannot be Leeds. It's too late. We cannot try and copy Leeds. We can't compete with them. There's no point. I mean, I was disappointed in the hole where Westfield should be. But we're never going to get a Westfield, because there's not enough money here to support all the shops that would be in the Westfield. So it was probably a bad idea, Westfield, in the first place. It would be better to build up the small and medium-sized businesses that we've got than spending public money to bring, what's the fancy shop in Leeds that's Harvey Nichols to Bradford. Of course, I like Harvey Nichols same as anybody else, but it's not a big hardship to go 10 minutes to Leeds to visit it. What we should have in Bradford is things they don't have in Leeds, and we have the possibility to do that we can build on. The sector, commercial sector, food sector, culture sector, historic sector, tourism sector. Take a look around at the countryside around us. We've got things that they don't have, and we should be building them up. Do you know that in Haworth, one of the most beautiful villages anywhere in England, on a cobbled street that the Bronte sisters not only could but did walk down, that half the shops are boarded up and they're going for a song? I had enough money in my pocket to pay the first month's rent for a very beautiful shop in one of those cobbled streets. That Haworth should be booming. They should be coming from all over to visit Haworth. Our food sector, I know this for a fact because I was the MP for Brick Lane. The curries here are much better than they are in Brick Lane. The food sector is much better. We should and we can build on our food sector. We've got 50 nationalities in Bradford. 50. Every one of them's got a national festival. Every one of them's got people elsewhere in Britain. And of course lots of people elsewhere in the world. They should be coming to Bradford to celebrate their national days and their festivals. After all, we've spent enough money on the city park. 24 million quid for a fountain. I'd have dug that fountain myself for peanuts. Germans standing up ominously and our tummies are rumbling. Forgive me if I can't complete that answer, but there'll be many other opportunities, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sorry I can't take any more questions.